when you walk into a room, do you prefer to be noticed or fly under the radar? For me, depends on who's in the room.
Really?
Definitely depends on who's in the room.
Noticed. Flying under the radar. You know why?
So a murderer is in the room. You want to be noticed?
Right.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Firsties podcast. I'm your host, Mila.
I'm your host, Mella.
If you're new here, if you're a firstie,
we're basically a safe space for first gens who dare to dream.
We like to laugh, kiki, argue.
Basically, two baddies with a mic.
No lies.
No lies.
No lies. You know, when I'm getting excited, it's going to be a good episode. When I'm singing, it's going to be a good episode.
Literally.
Okay. Any recaps before we jump into what we need to get into today?
Nothing, girl. Like this whole week, I've just been MIA, working, new job.
MIA is me too.
Yeah, like literally nothing. I didn't do anything.
Yesterday, I hadn't, you know, it's like we haven't seen each other for 2 days or 3 days, and we're like, babes,
right?
We're really losing it.
I haven't seen you in so long, and
it's been 24 hours.
Last week.
Yeah,
right.
But I had that conversation with Miriam last night, and I was like, babes, where have you been? It's literally been a week since I've seen her, probably.
Yeah.
And she also was like, oh, girl, everyone's just kind of been MIA, like we've been doing our own thing or whatever, and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, you're right. But again, I love that friendship that we have where it's not like, where are you? It's just like, girl, I'll see you.
Exactly.
And then we have so much to catch up on when we do get together.
Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't even seen Miriam in so long. It feels like so long. I don't even know.
Yeah, what are we doing? Get on your Zoom. No, I'm joking. Yeah, low maintenance girlies. We love it. Okay, we're going to jump right into this episode.
Okay. And getting deeper.
Yes. So you guys already know, follow Firstiespod, comment down below, firstiespod@gmail.com. If you want to get into the Firsties Corner, you guys already know, get into it. We're over 1,000 subscribers, so thank you. So exciting. Yeah. And then also follow her, Mila Moses. She's also getting some attention right now, so
yay.
Get it, girl. Okay, so if you can tell from the title, we're going to be doing, it's called Do It Yourself Therapy, which is so like Gen Z millennial, like just do it yourself.
Right.
Like no, actually go to licensed professional.
It's called Do It Yourself Therapy.
It is called Do It Yourself. Yeah. So I have these card games on this table here that's always been here since we've had the show, but I usually play with sometimes with my friends. But it's called Do It Yourself Therapy. So I have these cards here for the audio listeners. I just have all these cards here with a question. Some are very very silly, and then some are very deep.
Okay.
I have offered to show her Melody's questions, and she declined. She's like, "No, I want to give you the real raw response." I'm like, "Ooh, love it." Period. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah. How many are we doing?
So I have a good stack here. I just see like where the vibes go. You know, we might laugh, we might cry,
exactly.
We might walk off. We don't know.
Right. Cut the camera. Yeah. You just bolt it
do
off.
a Becca. Cut the camera.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Oh my God, this is the first one. I swear to you, this is not.
It's planned.
It's literally not
planned. Okay.
What do you need to let go from your childhood?
Ooh, that's fucking deep.
You guys call me an emotional week.
And I'm right here, girl. I'm gonna cry.
Okay. I have one that comes to mind.
Do you want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I need to let go from my childhood is, it was never going to be, air quote, perfect. And your parents did the best that they could with the information that they had at the time. When I'm not even joking to anyone who's listening to this, I might say this to myself, maybe weekly, sometimes even daily, to give them more grace. They're not superheroes. They're also people who came to this country, figured ish out. We talk a lot about that on this podcast.
Exactly,
but like, that part, like, let it go. It's not going to be, and maybe you would give that kind of the childhood that you think you deserve, which whatever that means, to the kid that you're going to have in the future. Yeah. But like, be a little bit, give him more grace.
Yeah, I think
like, let it go.
Same way, but mainly in like a forgiving way. Like, because your parents did the best they could. Also forgive them for what they couldn't have done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because there's always resentment sometimes. Or I'm just like, why didn't you do this? Or why did you do this? Or why did you do this? Exactly. So I'd say forgiving your parents.
Ooh, it's getting deep. So good.
Why is it getting deep?
Is someone cutting onions?
Forgiving your parents.
Is there shunkut here?
Literally, where's the shunkut?
Because I think what makes me emotional about it is that there were times that I was not as patient or understanding, and I can never take those moments back. And like, our parents are getting older, and stuff like that. But there are just certain things I was just like, well, why did this happen, or why didn't this happen? And then now I know more information as my parents get older. I'm just like, girl, they did the best that they could.
But honestly, okay, in my defense, I guess, they did the best that they could, but I'm also valid for feeling how I'm feeling.
And this
you know what I mean?
This is another thing I want to say. Like, what I also learned is 2 things can be true at once.
Exactly. Like, I could still be like angry or whatever or hurt and still be like, but you're also just a girl. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, from my, exactly. From my mother.
Oh, like, yeah, we could be like,
she's just a girl as well.
We were,
so
yeah.
Learning, whatever, whatever. So
literally, that's what happened. Exactly. So 2 things can be true, meaning there's certain things I didn't agree with, but I had the best parents, and I have the best parents. Exactly. Like, they're not bad people, but I'm like, dang, I could go without that situation or that.
It's like, anything could always be better.
Yeah.
So I think that's the.
Yeah. Ooh, now it's getting deep real quick.
Right.
Okay, can I skip this one? Okay. Anytime I'm thinking like we should skip this one, it probably means we should probably really answer it, which is like so annoying, but this is do-it-yourself therapy. Okay. What thoughts keep you from getting to sleep at night? So what thoughts keep you up at night? Yikes.
What thought? Okay. It's before it used to be death. I always think of death, but like I have a weird interpretation. Like I'm very like comforted by it. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna die. Like I'm like, okay, if I fall asleep and I die, like I'm fine with it, and that's how I sleep.
Yeah.
But now, because like we're all like like hustling, whatever, trying to get wherever we're trying to get to, whatever. I don't usually spend time with my parents as much, so that I have that fear of like, okay, what if I die or what if they die and we didn't get to spend that much time? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's like a big fear. I guess like when we're getting older too, because you also realize your parents are also getting older.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my God, like that I think that gets me up at night. And feel ethereal, obviously, but like every Gen Z, first gen.
Literally, fear, failure, rejection, all that stuff, yeah. I would have to say even that's probably like, there's just, I feel as though, and I know I have my faith, but I just think like, losing a loved one, there's just certain things that people experience. Like every time I hear like a parent or mom has lost a kid, I can't imagine that pain, right? Yeah. And even though there is hope and stuff, I do want to validate them and say like that's a pain that I think that's the worst pain out there, you know? So similar to like losing a loved one, losing one of my siblings or my parents, which is horrible. The other day, I was talking to my brother and I was talking about how like, if it goes the way it's air quotes supposed to go, meaning chronologically, I'm the youngest. So this is so morbid, and sorry to my parents who are listening to this.
So you're like the last one out.
But I'm going to attend their funerals.
Yeah.
And that's
actually going to make me cry right now. I would never want to
and I want to go that way because I don't want them to mourn me. Oh my God, literally gonna start crying. This is already therapy, but so similar to you, just like what keeps me up is just the fear of a car accident or illness or something like loved one.
Yeah,
everything else could be worked out.
It's always like, I don't know why I never think of them like dying. When I say like when I think of death in my sleep, I think of my own death in my sleep every day. But it's like, if I die today, I didn't use today to spend time and cherish my time and their time with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, oh my God. And then the next day I'm like, oh, thank God. And then life happens. Not even life happens. Like you're busy or whatever. Like you do spend a little bit of time, but it takes a while too. Cause like there's nothing like you guys don't have like a common hobby. Do you know what I mean? Cause usually like you have to subscribe to their hobby, honestly.
Yeah.
So like that part. But yeah, it's only like I'm like I have to like spend every time with like my parents and stuff.
And that scary part is love is there's never gonna be enough time.
There's never gonna be enough time,
which is horrendous.
Exactly.
This life is ghetto. Yeah,
literally.
Oh man. Okay, we should actually go.
These are like heavy hitters.
Yeah, this is do yourself therapy. We actually should go to therapy.
Actually, because like I'm already teary-eyed a little bit. So
I'm like they can see her. Okay,
this is not gonna.
How do you think other people see you? Okay, to make this more fun, I did take this one. I think we should answer it and then, I think we should answer it first and then I'll answer for you like how I think and then vice versa. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Okay. So should I start with me or think you?
No. I think you should start for you first and I'll answer for you and then vice versa. How do you think other people see you?
I think other people see me as closed off, I would say. Because I feel like that's like the common theme that I've been getting from people around me. to myself, like very like too independent or very like, yeah, I feel like I value my own peace and like I'm very like my sanctuary, my peace, da da da. So I feel like they see that and like very closed offish.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I answer mine first or answer for you?
You answer for me and then you answer.
Okay, gotcha. I really think the way that, or at least how I see or how people see you, I think is very confident.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I really don't give off closed off. I think you're giving that from your close friends. But I'm saying what like out in the world as well, like how do people see you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking more confident.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not giving closed off for me.
Really?
Yeah, I think because when you're creative, you're in a creative space. Like you can't really be creative and closed off. Like that's an oxymoron almost.
I feel like even with
and a little delulu.
Very. She said little just to spare me. But I feel like with me and you, our relationship, it's like it's much more different because usually like your creative journey, whatever, that's like the most vulnerable part of you, and that's the part that you kind of like gatekeep a little bit because you have to like vet your friends out before you tell them. But we share like our dreams and talked about like the things that you usually like hold back. So I wouldn't give closed off to you because I'm very open because we share a dream. Do you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I was kind of cute that we share a dream.
Yeah.
But very cute. Okay.
Okay. So how do you think other people see you? I think people see me as decisive, confident.
Okay.
Which one is like, that's not how I see myself.
Okay.
Confident. And like she has her shit together.
I agree. I think I agree with all three. I think you give very independent, you're very soft though. I feel like you give very like generous, soft.
You're about to make me cry.
No, literally, I feel like you're very like you have like a warm aura. So I think you give like you're very like inviting. I'd say that.
That means so much to me. Oh
yeah, but that's true, girl. You're very. She's literally the most generous. I come here and be like, that's so cute. Take it. That's you.
I have like, do you want it?
Do you want it?
Right now?
Take it. Like I be leaving just with stuff like on me too. You're very
Once I let you in and I love you. Girl, I'll talk about which toilet paper you should get. Like I want to support you in every single detail
That's so
of your
cute.
life. Especially women. I'm like, girl, that means so much. Yeah. The reason why I was like, I don't like, if you see what's in my head, like overthinking myself all the time, self-doubt, why did I say that? Why did I wear that?
Oh, of course.
All the time. Yeah. And I think the reason why I started this podcast is because, I could put on an act if I've had my ish together, but I actually don't. I don't know what's going on, and no one knows what's going on. We don't know if we have a country next year. Let's just be real.
Imposter syndrome is real though.
That's me. Yeah. But I also was raised by African parents who are like, don't let them see you sweat. Like at the very least, just show up. That's 80% of it and figure it out. But that means so much. Thank you, love.
Oh, of course.
That makes me feel so good.
True.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Can we ease up a little bit? Okay. What's your biggest daily struggle? It could be lighthearted. It could be.
Yeah. Let me try to make it like calm.
Like, let's give it a moment for a second.
Every day I struggle. My loved ones. Right, my loved ones. Okay, what's my daily... Waking up at 5 in the morning is my daily
But you've done it before,
struggle.
Girl. She's doing 75 hard-ish, kind of like,
Yeah, I restarted it, so like this...
But you started and then... girl, that's still impressive.
But it's like waking up... It's not waking up at 5 like one day. It's the second day that gets me. Because you're so exhausted from the first day.
Right, it's the accumulation.
Yeah, it's always day 2. You know, like with the gym too, you can always go to the gym for the first day. But
will
you go to the gym sore the next day? That's
such
not
a good
happen.
point.
Do you know what I mean? So it's always the day 2s that like get to me and like,
5 a.m. is crazy though, love. Unless you have to for a flight or work, it's like...
Really? No, I feel like...
I'm so proud of you. Like 7 a.m., okay. 5 a.m.?
No, I feel accomplished. Like my sense of self... is literally directly tied to like my morning routine.
But I understand what you're saying because me and you can relate on like I come alive at night, like my creativities, because no notifications on my phone. I've done all the social, like all the watching the shows that I want to do. It's just like no, the world's silent, and I can like get ahead. And morning you can do that as well.
That's
no
morning
one's
for me.
Yeah,
like, I feel like I've done half the things people are gonna do. And 9
right.
a.m. beat face. The way I used to FaceTime Miriam, like a beat face, 9 a.m. and she never answered. I FaceTime.
I was gonna say, let's be real, babes.
Right. And then they're like, "Why do you have makeup on?" I was up at 5. I did half the things, and I even have time to like do my makeup, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was that girl who wore makeup to school in college every day.
And we loved it, babes. Girl, these hoes could never.
How about you?
I would say my daily struggle, let's just keep it lighthearted. You know this about me. I love mints and I chew them like potato chips. And I like my dentist. It's like, babes, you got it. Like I literally chew them like potato chips. These lifesavers. Like it's really, really bad. My mom's like, you're gross. I have mints. Look, I have mints everywhere usually.
Yeah, you do have mints. I thought it was for the gas. I didn't know it was for Mila.
No, I could literally, it's really, really bad. So I need to stop that. And I got like the sugar-free one to try to be like, this is better. It's like, girl, just pack it up. Like it's like it's a fixation. I don't know what it is, but that's what, like, girl, stop that.
So
like stopping them.
Taking mints or chewing them? What are you trying to stop?
No, chewing them.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's, or like just all of it. Like stop taking as much. Like I'll eat 6-7 mints a day.
Do you chew gum?
It's just not the same fixation.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the crunchy.
Yeah, but that's an ick. Like I'm making myself out. Yeah. It's really bad.
Almonds instead for the crunch.
Pack it up.
I'm so serious.
Okay. What book shaped your view on the world?
The Alchemist.
I knew you were going to. And you know what book I'm going to say?
So much.
Outliers.
Right there. I literally see it right there.
We need to call it new books. I feel like people are going to think we just read those two.
I know.
And the Bible, and that is it.
That's literally it. But no, The Alchemist. Okay, shaped.
Yeah, this was saying shaped. For me, it's true. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. It really is The Outlier. And I'll explain why, but you explain why The Alchemist.
I feel like The Alchemist is like the only self-help book that I've read. Actually, okay, one of the self-help books that I read that it aligns with my faith and my delusionness perfectly. And it's like
you felt seen.
I feel seen, and it's like really motivating, but not in a you're not doing your work. That's why you're not going to be this. Like, you know how like most self-help books are? It's like, it's talking about like how if you're following your dream and if you're following your personal like passion or whatever, and as long as you have like, you know, pure-hearted and giving, kindness, whatever, they say the universe, but like obviously God will work with you so you can reach your goals.
I need to read that tonight.
Is that not Proverbs?
Like
is that like wisdom? Like
that's
if you're
wise
and listen to God or whatever, you will get
everything comes from what Jesus teachings.
Exactly.
They just like spun it and made it more
but
cute.
Obviously,
and
like glitter. You know, like not everything's like if you follow by there's Ecclesiastics where you can be wise and everything, but you might not get it. But it's like whenever I'm down or whenever I'm like, you know, like sad about like, you know, life or goals or whatever, The Alchemist is the first book I'm reading. Like I've reread that book like 4 times, I'd say.
Wow.
I read it once a year.
Love that. And you probably learned something new.
She was a little rocky. So 2024
at the end of the year. At the end of the year, like, how many times do we read that back?
Exactly.
The higher the numbers, the more concerned.
It always does a job. Like,
I love. And you learn something new every time, probably.
Every time. Yeah.
That's awesome. For me, The Outliers, and kind of the question is, what was it? Shaped your view on the world, right?
Shit.
So
I mean, I think that's
it is that. So mine was when I was younger, I would be really stressed out on like, am I gonna be successful? Am I gonna be able to like be, you know, when you're a kid, you just think that like getting a job and having bills and stuff is like that's like if you're blessed enough,
right?
That's everyday thing that people can do. But I used to really stress myself out, and I'm like, oh my God, but what if I'm not smart enough, or what if I don't have enough money to get into these schools or whatever? And then what The Outliers taught me is that there is a threshold that you have to get to, meaning like put in your work. Like you got to get the grades to get into Harvard. Let's say that, right? Exactly. But once you're in Harvard, to be successful and thrive, it's about interpersonal skills. It's about connecting with your community. It's about doing sports. It's about that to thrive.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, so the keys of the world can achieve, because I was always kind of like the creative one in my clinical group or when I did pre-dental, and I just felt like kind of like I don't feel like it's definitely like black and white for those people. And for me, I'm like, there's some gray areas. How exciting. And then this book taught me that like, oh no, like there's a space for those people too, the creative ones that are not the math and science people. And I was like, okay, as long as I stick true to myself, which sounds so corny but so true, literally, then I'll be good. So it's kind of similar. Like the books kind of overlap. So you need to take mine home and I'll take yours home.
Oh my God, yes, I'll bring the Alchemist. I'll give you another copy.
You were saying it's marked out.
It's marked out. Highlighted everything. Like
no, that one is like another one I have. The actual one that I have in my room that I read sometimes, it's all marked out.
Okay.
Yeah, because if someone wants to borrow that, I'm like, don't get in my notes. Don't see what I highlighted.
I'll be writing all over it.
Ooh, okay. What movie always makes you sad or even cry? I mean, literally any movie. I'm such a crier.
I'm such a crier. I
happy or sad?
How much of a crier I am. Sad. No, happy. Wow.
But I'm both.
Really?
Yeah. Like on it. So
like I cried both times.
That's
I'm
what I'm saying.
Usually like I usually cry because I'm glad or happy. I cry when I'm moved. Like let's say if the production is amazing, I'm crying.
A commercial, guys.
Like literally, when did I cry recently? I cried watching Hamilton, the play, because it was so amazing. It was so beautiful. I was like, this is such a beautiful music. Like I cry over anything.
Yeah.
But
I would say so. Sad. What movie always makes you sad or even cry? For me, one of my favorite movies, Remember the Titans. The Brotherhoods. The Strong Side, Left Side killed me. In the hospital, killed me.
Right. Loved it too. I only watched it once though. Never really rewatched it.
And this is like in our
and area. That's my school. Literally, I never rewatched it.
What's yours?
But I'm not really a movie person. But I'm trying to think of like maybe a movie that I've cried like
Marley
Notebook.
Oh yeah,
I'm crying.
Oh my god,
immediately for the Notebook.
Which did you see? Just kind of off topic. There's a real life Notebook. This is so sad, but a couple they're found both deceased holding hands. So it's like the Notebook, and everyone's
I'll actually cry.
Is that not?
Yeah, that's sad. Do you see my eyes? I'm really teary-eyed right now. I'll cry. I've been really emotional lately. Like, this past like few months, like I'm crying. No matter what.
Same, girl. So I've been staying in. That's probably why my eyes like, girl.
Yeah.
I'm just crying over here. Okay. What age do you feel?
I always talk about this. I feel like I'm stuck in 21.
Really?
Yeah. I used to say 19, but I feel like that's a little too far now.
Yeah, it's like growing.
I used to think I feel 19, but I think 21. Usually, it's always the odd years. Like I've had a lot. Like most of my growth comes in like 19, 21. Now 23 and 17, like those are the times where I really grew the most, or where I really had those are my best years. But like if you look at how my years were, like how the year was, it's not supposed to be my best year. But it's like when you're it's like a growth period. So that's like my favorite years. So I still feel like I'm 21.
I was gonna mine might be more, I literally always feel 16. Since I was 16.
Really? Girl, why were you
since I was
19 then?
Though, since I was 16, like I've just always had this mindset.
Really?
Like nothing in my internal dialogue has always been this. Obviously, I've probably grown and stuff like that, obviously. But like how responsible I am, all this stuff, it's just that's always been
so you were always like,
I was always
responsible and everything.
Yeah.
Just always doing what I was supposed to be doing. See, that was not me. Like I'm growing now. I'm not gonna lie. I used to not feel, I was telling my friends, like I feel like I'm cosplaying as an adult this whole year.
That is the realest.
Like I felt like I just had like a mask on up until literally a couple months ago, and I think that's when like my frontal lobe is literally slowly forming.
Like I can hear it. I can
hear the skull crack a little bit, because now I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm not cosplaying.
But do you see why now in your 20s, like it's especially for women too, like you change so much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you change so much.
Exactly.
Ooh, this is a fun one. What do you hoard?
I'm not really a am I a hoarder?
Girl,
I'm not a hoarder at all. I'm
not.
I literally, my room
makeup.
Like,
hoard is like what is one item that you have a lot of? Maybe I'll use this highlighter again. Like, you never use it ever again. Like you're hoarding this.
I'd say makeup, but
that's an easy one for you. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's like I'm hoarding it against my choice too. Like when they send it, was like, okay, I'll keep it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I would have that, but I think that's it.
For me,
books.
Okay, books. There you go.
There's a lot of like books that I haven't read. I don't plan on reading.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, maybe one day.
Gotcha. And I was gonna say skincare for me, not makeup, skincare. I'll keep a moisturizer and be like, maybe I'll need one day. Maybe a guest will need it one day, or sunscreen. Really? And it's like, girl, you're not gonna use it again. Like,
see, I'm not gonna experiment on skincare.
Oh, love.
Because like once it works for me, it
works. You're not gonna.
So like I'm not cheating on it or changing the other one. But yeah.
Ooh, I already know this answer for you, but let's just play this game. Do it yourself therapy. When you walk into a room, do you prefer to be noticed or fly under the radar? For me, depends on who's in the room.
Really?
Definitely depends on who's in the room.
Noticed. Flying under the radar. You know why?
So a murderer is in the room. You want to be noticed?
Right. I thought we were talking about regular.
No, I'm joking.
Good old room.
I was just pulling you to the corner. No. I take
yeah. But in a you know why? Once you're noticed, it's like I don't have to go one by one and be like, "Hi, I'm Hermela," to even.
So she doesn't want to do any of the work, is what she's saying, guys.
It's like it takes more
effort.
Not even effort. Like, what if there's people I don't know? and I have to introduce myself. I'm taking the easy way out.
That's how normal people.
But imagine if we get the noticed part out the way. Because I like, you know me, I hate small talks. If we get the noticed part out the way, I'm going to end up talking to everyone. I'm not saying I'm going to notice me and then I move on. I'm going to end up talking to everybody, but at least we don't have the, hi, I'm Hermela, nice to meet you.
But don't you love a little like, oh, Hermela, you're here. Hey, like, oh,
no, I don't like that. Actually, what do you mean I'm here? I've been here for 30 minutes.
Gotcha. I say it depends on who's in the room.
Right.
How soon? Okay, do-it-yourself therapy. How soon after a relationship ends do you get rid of the mementos? The the box.
Wait. Where is it? How soon? The memories? Like
correct. Mems, as you would say.
That's a very interesting question because I literally just got rid of it.
It's very timely.
Memories, very timely. You know who I'm talking about.
I sure do.
Now that's what I did it.
Really?
And it took. I actually didn't even get rid of it.
Do you think it depends if you're in a new relationship or not? Like, let's say you, after the situation, the stuff that you had, then it's been 6 months, but you're still not dating someone new or anything like that. So you still have it. Is that inappropriate? And or is that fine? Or is it like you're dating someone new and you still have this box for 6 months of photos and mementos and stuff like that? Is that, you know what I mean? Like that?
Yeah.
Or is it still inappropriate? You're single and you still have this box for 6 months? I think 4 weeks. Just in time for your next facial. Just in time for your next laser hair removal.
No, I feel like
pack it up.
If I'm talking to another guy,
pack it up. You know what happens when I say,
no, girl,
I'm over it. Yeah.
I can't even what's it called? Give a rebuttal. No, I lied. I didn't delete everything. It's still there, but I deleted an album. If that.
So how soon was that? A couple weeks.
Last night. Literally last night. Even then, it took. I was just like, whoo. Do I have to? Not even do I have to. It took up storage. Honestly, that's the only reason why I did it.
Girl, you're a content creator. We need that storage.
Exactly. But if
it's your job.
That's not the case, I don't think unless I'm dating someone else.
See, we should go back to the hoarding then, because it's are we hoarding excess stuff? Like, come on.
Yeah, but if I'm dating someone else and I'm still keeping that guy's whatever, that means I don't like you that much.
Right. Because also, I think it depends on how
I hate the last one.
Yeah.
When I meet a new guy. Do you know what I mean?
I also think it depends on how it ended. Yeah. It would be less kind of horrible or whatever if the way that ended was actually very peaceful, very healthy. It's like, oh, I get it. He's still a good person, whatever. Exactly. But toxic and stuff, and your girl.
Exactly. I've never really had a toxic end.
Thank God, neither did I.
Yeah, let's not jinx that.
Yeah,
thank you God.
Literally.
But because of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why. So continue.
Okay, this next one. Do it yourself therapy. Are you a typical example of your position in your family birth order? So what's your birth order with your siblings?
Oh, I'm firstborn.
And I'm lastborn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, that's a little shade. You said, oh, wow.
Well, no, because we act the opposite.
Do we?
Yeah. Well, I act like a lastborn. But
Oh, you definitely give lastborn energy.
I give but no, I
almost
give only child energy.
I
am. The thing is, I always
and that's not a compliment, babes. I'm joking.
I know. But the thing is, I'm a firstborn, but I don't have the
well, that's because your siblings were
characteristics of firstborn because I had siblings when I was 16.
Literally.
Babes, yeah. I was an only child until
You're a mother.
I was a teenager.
You're a mother.
I could have had children by then.
Yeah.
Literally. So I identify as an only child with sisters.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm an only child with siblings. That's
it's insane.
Yeah.
Baby of the child. Yeah, I definitely give what I give. Yeah. Even my siblings always say sometimes the way I comment on things or sometimes I'm just over some stuff. My older sister just always that youngest man, Mila, man, she says the most wild-ish or she just thinks Kanye shrug and she's like, why do you act
so
I'm just
weak.
Sorry. I just always blame it.
I love lastborn stuff.
She's always just Mila, that can't be your personality though. You can't just blame your behavior on the lastborn. That's not.
Imagine. I'm whatever. Job interview lastborn.
Literally sorry. Yeah.
The job.
I know this answer because I know you. When you're alone, do you talk to yourself out loud? Absolutely.
It's a whole Issa Rae in the by the mirror.
Oh, rapping?
That's me.
Absolutely. You got to be your best friend. You
like,
got to be your own friend.
We're like this.
We're really talking to God. Like, I'm really kicking with him. But
You're talking to even sometimes with Hermela, girl. Yeah. Hermela talks to Hermela too.
Yeah, that was an easy one for us.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a good one. Really think about this. Would you trade 10% of your sanity to become 10% smarter?
No. Literally?
I would say 10% is not much. But sanity?
That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, that's true.
If I realized that I'm going insane or I'm insane or I'm like, no, that's not going to happen.
Ooh, got you.
Like,
actually, I might
because my biggest fear is like losing control in any like situation. Like, I don't like not being in control. And losing your sanity is like, that's your
sanity? Sanctity?
You're never going to be safe.
Bakush. Okay. What's your most embarrassing phobia? Like, where you fear? It could be lighthearted. It doesn't have to be an actual phobia, but something that you like. Let's not do something deep. Let's do something embarrassing.
Wet doorknobs. Hate them. I actually get like, I see red.
Did she just say wet doorknobs?
Wet doorknobs.
How often do you come across a wet doorknob?
You know what? I went to the bathroom, like a public bathroom once, and I tried to open it. The doorknob. I mean, obviously they wash their hands, but try it, please.
Because when you get that moisture, you think urine, you think feces. You don't. Your brain goes to
water. Even water. It's like the fact like when the water drops from your finger, like that's someone's finger. That's the water droplet that's on the doorknob.
She said a wet doorknob. That's
wet
so
doorknobs
specific.
Is I hate that. And I don't touch doorknobs like when I'm like using the bathroom. Like I have to get like maybe a towel.
Yeah, imagine how much germs are on doorknobs.
Exactly. And a lot of people are doing that because of like bacteria. No, I just don't want to touch a wet doorknob.
What's my most embarrassing phobia? It's not embarrassing. It's mostly just like you probably have this too. I forget the technical term. Comment down below if you remember it. But it's a cluster of small circles.
Oh, trypophobia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that.
How do you get Injera then? Because my friend has trypophobia.
Yeah, that I think I grew up with Injera, so I'm just like, it's fine. It's usually on the skin. If I have that on the skin, like a rash.
Yeah.
No, sometimes pomegranate freaks me out. On an animal, like there's scales that open. Yeah.
God forbid she sees a leopard.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, I sent my friend a picture of like a trypophobia, whatever.
Yeah, you're that horrible friend. Please don't ever do that to me.
I have never been cussed out like that ever in my life.
I will be the next one if you do that.
And cuss me out. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, this is legit.
This is something serious.
Yeah. I was like, okay, she's not faking it. Never mind then.
I hate you. You're like, let me just double check.
Yeah, no.
Okay, speaking of that, actually, what pushes your buttons? Like, it's pressed, you're annoyed. You're not angry, but you're just annoyed. Pushes.
Ooh, when you're not respecting my boundary, but like, I feel like that's everyone's too. Feeling smothered would actually get me.
Is that with men or just friends or anything?
Anything.
Okay, hey, Carmela, can we hang out? Can we do this? You're just like, that's a lot.
Yeah, I just hate feeling smothered. Do you know what I mean? Or like when you're just like not letting let my no be a no. Like I'm not saying no because I'm like, I want you to ask more. No.
So you know what it's kind of similar?
Yeah.
Repeating myself. It's like that.
Really, yeah.
But the actual physical thing of repeating it. After you haven't heard me for the second time, it's fine. But third, I'm like, pack it up.
Really?
But kind of that's like if I say, hey, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I said I'm okay.
That.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Respect. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. So it's kind of overlaps a little bit.
Yeah. Or even someone like when you're using your phone and then someone like is hovering over to see what you're doing. Or if you take my phone from my hand when I'm using it, it's wraps. Like I get angry.
What? That's a boundary. What are people doing?
I just hate that.
It's insane. Or close, and we wouldn't even do that.
Anything nosy.
Yeah. What are you afraid of at 3 a.m.? I'm gonna say men. Men. I just want you to clip that and let that go viral. Clip that.
I will clip
that and put that on Instagram.
I'm so weak.
At 3 a.m.
Wait, so like
that's a joke, but that's not.
Oh yeah.
What are you afraid of?
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
that's a joke, but
I'm terrified.
I'm not out at 3 a.m., so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But what are you afraid of at 3 a.m.? It doesn't give you any your thought. Like it doesn't give you anything. What are you afraid of at 3 a.m.? It could be. I could say the dark.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Not actually afraid of the dark, but like a dark alley or like a dark parking lot. It could be empty during the daylight, but at night it's just like
gas station. Let me just keep it light. I'm not going to no gas station at 3 in the morning.
No, absolutely not.
I'm calling Uber and leaving my car there.
What are we doing?
If that's necessary. I'm not filling up my gas.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite quote?
Like Bible or book?
It could be whatever you want. Quote. Mine is going to be,
let's do the Bible
I'm just
first.
that girl.
Oh.
That
I said the Bible first. She thought I'm just that girl.
I'm just that girl.
What's my quote? Oh,
you can do the Bible too if you want.
What's it called? If I'm too much for you, like, then choke or something.
Oh, okay.
I like that because, like, just don't water yourself down. Like, if you're not, like, if you're not their taste, if you're too much for them, choke. Like,
ooh, I'm trying to think of other ones. Ooh, I love knows the full sentence. Mm-hmm. Us women, we tend to, like, explain. No, sorry, I have to. No, it's just a
knows.
No,
yeah.
You don't have to explain yourself. Yeah, I'm still actually learning that. Actually, that's a hard one. Ooh, I already know the answer to this question.
Let me hear it.
Do you tend to hide or show your emotions? Hide and seek.
The thing is,
hide and seek.
I hide my emotions at that moment because I don't like talking about my emotions until I process them.
Oh, and then I'm yapping with you on this couch afterwards.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like once
we're dissecting the entire thing.
The whole thing, like once the dots are connected, then I'll tell you.
It's almost alarming. I'm really good under pressure or under, like, for example, I had like at work, a client of ours was very emotional and started saying some wild stuff to me. I kept it professional. My coworkers are like, how could you? And I'm like, yeah, I'll talk about it later with my coworkers. With a little drink or something, and we'll talk about it, whatever. But at the moment, what does it give for me to show my emotions? Meaning either scared, angry, I want to go back at her. Like, no, it's not. So I completely, like, I'm more just like poise. And I've actually heard from some men that I've talked to that that's something that I need to work on. As far as like, it's okay to open up, like when you get closer, you know what I mean? Mila, we can't really read you, like what it.
Yeah, me too. You know what's so crazy?
Like I've heard, I'm kind of like nonchalant sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not it at all because I'm kikiing with you on this couch and we're getting into it.
But it's like I think it's like I'm like, I can talk about anything else, not vulnerability. Like not me being vulnerable to you regarding this, whatever. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Life of the Habesha life.
So, yeah, we're changing.
Melly, what's the craziest thing you've done this year?
Craziest thing I've done this year? What is the craziest thing I've done this year? I would feel like taking a trip impulsively, I guess, because I haven't really done much this year.
Oh,
so that was like impulsive wise, because we usually like plan things.
Yeah.
So I can't think of like anything crazy that I've done because everything is usually planned.
Yeah.
I'm not an impulsive person, I think. So I'd say that.
Yeah, you had a couple of actually impulsive trips. Like, I'm not gonna be here this weekend. I'm doing this. I'm like, okay,
exactly.
Got it.
I feel like maybe that. How about you?
I would say this is crazy in air quotes. It's just crazy for me. Does that make sense? Like I'm actually not very calculated, very like planned and stuff like that. Okay. I rerouted, like I was on the way to my flight to go home, but I just reconnected with someone and I told the Uber to turn around and went back, changed my flight to spend more time with this person. Like boarding, like I was leaving, and then I was leaving, I was like, that was a lot of fun, I want to get to know this person more, and I turned right back around.
We're gonna have to talk about this
I'll tell you the details. It didn't end well, but
but it doesn't matter. That's a cute
but like I never do that. It was just like what if I just turn back and go hang out with them? Like I had to leave right then and there for and I was like, we were having such a good time, like grabbing just like, let me just go back.
See, I love that though.
I don't regret it at all.
Love their like presence more.
Like, a lot, and I'm like, I kind of want to go back. Yeah. And I was like, I could just take another flight.
That's so cute.
Isn't it? Okay. Do you need to be more optimistic or more realistic?
Oh, we know the answer to that.
Delulu girly for life. Literally. So do we need to be more realistic?
No, but if I have to choose, I guess realistic, but that's not.
But you could always be more optimistic. I feel like honestly, even though we are we're very much half full type of girlies.
Exactly. And I feel like I'd say optimistic because life throws a lot of fucking shit at you. You need to be 10 times more optimistic.
You never know how God's going to bless you. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I will say this, I'm very optimistic and encouraging with the people around me, but sometimes I need to work better on my internal dialogue. Yeah. Like, even though if you saw the way that I see you, we probably could not deal with you, honestly. Because you're just like on the back, like, you know what I mean? Like, like God knew what he was doing with you. Right. But I see the potential in where you're going to go, and I'm so excited. And I need to work more on myself on that.
I'm
like, who's going to take care of Mila?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. It's just so easy to see it on other people.
Also, I feel like optimistic is rooted in faith. Like, my delusion, my optimism is rooted in faith. Yeah. So if you're really optimistic, you're just really faithful. And that, like, you're going to get that, or like the blessing, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
That part.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you a good date, Melly?
I'm a great date.
Was she gonna say anything else, guys? Honestly.
Oh my god, like, it looks like I'm talking about myself.
I'm actually the date. Like,
the
girl,
date. I don't think I've ever had a bad date.
No, I've never had a bad date. What I've had before is, remember we talked about it with Ruth and the other girls as well, where I'm like, that was a fun date. It's because I have a fun time either way. It's the Mila show. It's the Mella show.
But you know why though?
Because we're like Delulu or crazy.
Really?
Or
I think it's just like, you're not even like vetting the guy anymore.
I'm not joking. My dating life changed when I was like, I'm not getting interviewed.
You're interviewing him.
Yeah. So why not have fun? Yeah. Sometimes it's for.
Yeah. What was the best date you went on? Or like what activity did you do?
Ooh, that's a really
crazy. Oh my god, I pray no one watches this.
Yeah. Everyone watches this. Best date, like the fancy foods and stuff. That's fine. I just don't like. I hate eating while talking. Like I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like it was. I like to do things that stimulate us. So like a game or something like that. So a guy that was interested in me, couple days or even weeks before it didn't work out, but a couple weeks before our date, he sent me a PDF of like time here, location here. Basically like phase 1 of the date, phase 2, there was 3 locations. So cute. Ooh, sorry. There was 3 locations. So he was already giving, because you know how girls, if we go on a second location with a guy after the date, it's a great date.
It's a great date.
If we're just staying there like, all right, bye, thanks for drinks. So we did golfing, we did a bunch of stuff. And that was a lot of fun. And it was like, I was able to see his competitive edge. He was able to see mine. Like, because if it's giving too romantic all at once, I'm just like I want to see if we could
activity.
Yeah, like let's be friends first. Let's see if we could like, like that. How about you?
Yeah, I feel like my ideal date is like always starting with activities and then we get food or whatever. And I feel like all the dates that I've been on are that. I would say,
she's like, which one do I want to share?
I'd say I had a museum date. Loved it. It was really fun. Like walked around, because it's like, you would think it's boring because we're just
that's my first thought.
Walking around.
Like how many times can I look at this Mona Lisa?
Exactly. Literally. But it's like you're talking, you're just making comments about the art, whatever. And I guess like the person I was on a date with too, like they were interesting and they were like funny. So it made the date like much better. Do you know what I mean?
The worst I had was movies. It's like, I don't know you enough to cuddle, first of all. That's way too forward.
First date ever.
We can't talk.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at the movie, you're staring at the side of my face. I don't know what you want me to do.
Literally.
The worst date. Do not go to the movies.
But it was, I'd say that was
like, how do I get to know you? And we went to like one of those nicer ones where there's like waiters who come to you to order. And you could recline.
Yeah.
And he did the thing of like lifting, and I'm like, I don't know you enough to. No, really. I was like, I'm not like.
Okay, well, for me, it wasn't my first. Like, it was a first date, but I was not like, I knew the guy.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm talking about first couple dates.
We were just going to.
Yeah, but cuddling on the first date. Sorry, I do not know you.
Yeah, I get that.
But I guess that shows how much I like the guy, maybe, because maybe if I actually really, really liked him, I'd be fine with cuddling. Anyways, I'll talk to my therapist about that. Not do yourself therapy. Ooh, when the phone rings, do you generally experience excitement or dread? Dread all the way.
Really?
Don't call my line.
Yeah.
Text.
Actually, excitement.
Do you ever get off a phone call and be like, that could have been a text?
No, because you know my friends. We're all yappers.
That's true.
That could not have been a text.
That's true.
Like, we literally, I don't think I've had a call.
I'm thinking it more of like, I don't know about you, but friends and stuff, it's fun. I'm excited to like if you're I'm not like, oh, if her Mella, I'm like, hey, what's up? First, whatever. I'm thinking of like work.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm also thinking of it like some family members. Yikes.
Oh, for sure.
Like maybe not but like distance. So I'm like, oh,
this is
either my heart drops.
Yeah.
Because something might have happened. So I'm like, someone who doesn't really call, like my heart drops.
Yeah.
So I usually have dread more than like excitement.
Okay, see, I was seeing it when it comes to like friends. And I'm like, obviously it's excitement. But with that, then I agree. Dread.
Because usually I don't want people calling me. Just text me.
Yeah.
Unless it's key time, and that's when you'll call me.
You know what I get, like, dread or even anxiety when people you just don't ever call, ever randomly FaceTime you. Not even call, FaceTime you.
That should be illegal. It feels illegal, doesn't it?
And when it's a man, that's illegal. That needs to be illegal. Somebody make that a law.
No, I'm not joking. That seems illegal. It really does. Like, why do you think that's okay?
Exactly. I'm like, why are you FaceTiming me right now?
And what did I do to lie? Like, you don't have respect for me because like that's how deep I get into it. Like, sir, it better be a butt dial. Okay. Ooh, because me and you are both control freaks. Okay. What are you a control freak about? Do not say everything, but say like a couple.
What am I a control freak about? Obviously, when it comes to like editing and stuff, that's all I talk about.
That is our number one.
Yeah, like
our
I
content,
would never let anyone edit
camera
my videos.
setup, light. Yeah, that's what we're like. Yeah,
that my camera. No one's taking Kiki. No one's touching her at all. You're even more generous, or you're more like free with when it comes to your camera than I am.
So you wouldn't let anyone borrow your camera? Like, absolutely I let you guys borrow my camera.
No, my friend actually wanted to borrow my camera once, and it was for her birthday. I felt really bad, but. It's Kiki, girl.
So how do you explain that? Like,
I told her, I was like, oh no, babes, this is like my prized possession.
Back to what I said. No is a full sentence.
It's a boundary thing. I'm like, I would just never. But I am like, I would go take pictures or whatever. But I would not give you my camera.
What is your fear of that?
If you break it, I want to resent you.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't like. That's not.
So you're really protecting your friend.
Yeah, because I don't want to ruin our relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm not gonna give you something really valuable to me. If something happens, I'm not going to stop. Like, I'm actually going to be mad at you and resent you, whatever. Mm-hmm. If it's like if it's something that I just don't care about or like it's not going to cause a clash, then it's fine. But I'm never going to risk me being mad at you. So
that's actually pretty
responsible.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bookie.
So your camera,
it's
which
my
she
camera.
calls
Kiki.
And mine is what?
Keisha.
Okay, thank you.
It's the fact that she doesn't know her camera's name. That's why you forget her. That's why we don't call her by her name.
2 months ago. Relax.
It's Keisha.
Control freak about. I would also say my space. Like, you guys don't know this, but I've basically turned my apartment into a podcast studio. Everything has its place. It's very minimal. There's not things on the wall and stuff. Yeah. My mom's like, it's giving a little nerdier, a little sociopathic, but I like things to be.
I wish our parents with family pictures.
Yeah, and I think it's that like everything. We come from a culture of like not hoarding, but like. Once we had the resources, we're like, oh my God, let's make sure we keep them. So, but there was no feng shui in the house.
Exactly.
And I finally, when I got my own space, I wanted it to be mute tones and like greenery. Like I'm just very particular about that. So every time you come over, it looks exactly like this at all times. Like I'm just very particular about certain stuff. Okay. So that, what? We have 2 more questions. Okay. What embarrassing moment has stuck with you over the years?
I've literally talked about this multiple times on my TikTok. I basically flashed a McDonald's worker, like not just flash.
Oh, you told me. Go ahead.
My entire tits just came out and I didn't even notice. So it was there for a while, basically.
How did you not notice?
Because I was sitting down and I was the one driving, and I was wearing the you know those viral like cut out make your own shirt that was happening on TikTok?
So don't make your own.
Don't make your own shirt. It's not even the fact that it's a made out shirt, whatever. It's the fact that I used an oversized shirt, like my regular oversized shirt, and I put it on. I'm like, it's risky, but I'm like, I'm walking around. I'm not drinking. We're going to a party, so I'm like, I'm walking around. I'm not drinking, so there's just no way I'm not gonna have a nip slip ever. It was summer, hot, so there's no breeze.
Also, she's not part of the itty bitty communities.
I'm not part of the itty bitty community. So like, it's like it slipped up. So I can't even tell that it was
gotcha.
Out. You know
Obviously, you can't feel her because then if you did, it wouldn't.
Exactly. And it was like, if it was like fall or winter.
I love you, but that's embarrassing. I love you down. That's
so
embarrassing. Yeah.
And I went to McDonald's. It's not even for me. It's for all my friends. Like we're ordering food for them, and I'm the one driving. And I'm talking.
They didn't notice? Huh? They didn't notice? Like the girl in the front?
The girl in the front noticed because when I turned to her, it was my left boob. Not my whole thing. Do you know what I mean? The whole thing I noticed was my left boob. So she couldn't see because I'm driving like this too.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him. This man is not looking me in the eye, and I'm just like, that's what's going on. Like I'm like, what is going on? And then I look down. I don't know for what, and there she was. Peeking at everybody. And then I turned to my friend.
There she was, waiting for her McFlurry.
I literally looked at him and I just sped past. Like, I'd even get the food.
as you can see, cameras are dying.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God.
As she said, I miss her, Mella. Let me come.
So for the audio listeners, cameras are dying. I'm like, oh my God, cameras are dying. I probably should not share my embarrassing.
Yeah.
Let's just wrap it up.
I literally just talked about how I flashed someone. Yeah. You're going to have to
So mine really quickly was falling is always embarrassing. Like it's always embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I, at my family Thanksgiving dinner, like probably like a lot of steps. It like wraps around.
Oh.
At my ankle went a little wobble. And then, like, when I fell from the top to the bottom, like, and you hear boom, doom, 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 and then keep in mind, it's like Habasha. My aunties, everyone goes, like, and it made it bigger. And then my sister was like, it's okay, just get up. And it was one of those things where I'm actually injured. Like, my ankle does not feel great. So you're trying to, like, walk it off.
Like, it's fine, guys.
Like, it's fine. Yeah. Like, literally, my ankle's, like, hanging off. So embarrassing.
Yeah.
So, and of course, there's a thing. Other people were coming and they would say, Mila just fell, so be careful down the, like every time someone came down the stairs.
You're like the cautionary.
Yeah.
I'm so weak. Yeah, that's
embarrassing.
Crazy.
I don't know why, but falling, like, it's just embarrassing. It could be a little stumble, your heel. It's just embarrassing.
That's like, if someone's watching me do something that I didn't choose to, that's embarrassing. Slipping, falling, getting hit by a car. Even getting hit by a car and me surviving and I have to stand up, brush it off, and walk past.
That's it.
I've always had my friends, if someone hit me and I'm fine, so we don't have to call the cops, the ambulance.
Why is that embarrassing?
And then just
continue
my day like I have not been hit by a car. That's crazy.
That is actually
embarrassing.
Yeah, it is kind of embarrassing. Please share your embarrassing moments down in the comments down below. But that is it for this episode, guys.
Hopefully you have more embarrassing story than ours, so I can
feel better. Yeah, I try to tune them out really, but that happened like 5 years ago. It's still right here.
Yeah, me too. Mine happened in 2020.
Yeah, Zion, we're still here because I'm hurt. The question did say after years, so yeah, that's correct.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for watching, viewing, subscribing, guys. This is Do Yourself Therapy, but you should also go to therapy. We should probably go to therapy.
We should probably, because why were we crying?
Literally, the first question.
Yeah. This was fun.
It was. This was fun. I learned something all about you.
I know. You learned my deepest, darkest secrets and my embarrassing stories. And my fears and my biggest.
Girl. All right. All right, guys, thank you again for watching. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment.
Follow us on social media, notifications on.
Please and thank you. I think that's it, yeah. And then comment down below any other ideas that you guys have, like video ideas or anything like that. We're always watching to see what you guys are saying.
Exactly.
Even though we're terrified. But that is it. We'll see you in our next episode.
Yeah.
Bye guys.